Are you tired of being overcharged and forced into paying a monthly subscription for your Mac and Windows software? Well, if you are, currently we're having a 50% off discount on all the latest Mac and Windows software, such as AutoCAD, SolidWorks, Photoshop, Microsoft Office, and much more. Our 50% off discount will be ending soon, so be sure to text us "Need Software" to 213-640-9738. That's 213-640-9738. We aim to please, so expect 24/7 technical support, the latest premium software, instant software links delivered to your email, and PayPal buyer's protection guarantee.
Racism is the most powerful system on the planet, yet it is often perceived as the most taboo subject to discuss. World-renowned activist and best-selling author Tariq Nasheed takes on this challenge head-on in his new book, Foundational Black American Race Baiter. This is the most important book you will need in order to understand the mechanisms of systemic racism and how to counter this system. Get Foundational Black American Race Baiter now at Amazon and BarnesandNoble.com. Also get limited autographed collector's editions of the book at officialfba.com.
Boom. What's going on, family? How are you guys doing on this lovely, lovely evening, ladies and gentlemen? Let me get everything together. Let me get myself together over here. How y'all living, man? Y'all good? I'm glad to have the family tuning in. Let me just get all my air together over here. All right. Man, I'm here. Everybody come on in the room, man. I'm here ready to chop up game as we always do. Glad to have the family in here ready to chop it up with me. Hope you guys had a very productive week, ladies and gentlemen. I hope your week was very productive. I hope you had a lot of things accomplished this week. I hope everything was positive and all of your endeavors panned out this week. All right. A lot of stuff we're going to get to on tonight's broadcast. Excuse me. Oh, man. So right now, as you know, we are still waiting on the little baby Quoquonisha to come on through. We're waiting on baby Quoquonisha. What's up, Elevation Allah? Yeah, they had a Twitter space earlier. They put me in the speakers queue, but there was a lot of people who were in there long-winded, so I just bounced. I was, I just had stuff to do. I couldn't stay in the room. I was going to chop it up. They were talking about what the Democrats should do, and I wanted to chop it up. But hey, we're here. We're going to talk about some of that stuff now. Waiting on y'all to pile in the room. First of all, family, I got to thank everybody who already contributed to the Kickstarter. We're almost at 15K already. We're doing good. With 22 days to go, we're at 15K. We're trying to reach the 80K mark. Family, ladies and gentlemen, it would be great. It would be wonderful. It would be an honor to have all of you, family, hit that link below. We need the family right now while we're talking to hit the link below. That's the Kickstarter for the brand new movie we're doing called American Maroon. We need the family's love and support on this one so we can make this thing happen expeditiously, as our brother T.I. would say. It would be great, family. Much respect to the folks who hit that link and get busy with this project. We need you to get involved, ladies and gentlemen. So if you could please hit that link and contribute to the production of this endeavor, that would be great. Much love to the family. Much love to you guys. A lot of stuff we got to get into tonight. Let's talk about the topic of today. Today's topic, ladies and gentlemen, is: should school teachers be armed? Now that there are a lot of mass shootings done by those in the dominant society, there's two things that they're doing now that the dominant society is doing. We got to keep our eyes open. Now that there are a lot of mass shootings by these suspected white supremacist males, the dominant society, and I said they were going to do this, and they're really ramping this up, they're going to start classifying every shooting in the hood or places where there are black people. They're going to classify them as mass shootings. they're going to try to classify those as mass shootings. And let's be very clear, that's not the same. Even though Dusty Sambo's running around the hood shooting people, nobody's co-signing that. And that is horrible. The thing is, that's not a situation where somebody's going out, plotting and planning to shoot a mass amount of people. Usually it's some dusty hood beef, and then a bunch of innocent bystanders get hit by strays. That's usually what it is. That is completely different from somebody deliberately going into a school or a church to just mow everybody down preemptively, or to go into a store and to mow everybody down based on some type of ideology they have. All right? Talking about apples and oranges. Even though both are bad, one doesn't compare with the other. Completely different, ladies and gentlemen. They are going to try to mesh the two together because they cannot have the white males as the face of violence. So many white males are committing these crimes. White males have become the face of mass killing and gun violence. They don't want to have that. They gotta throw black folks in the mix. Did y'all see the case? I want to say it was in Michigan. The 12-year-old white boy walked in a store, pulled that thing out, like, "Hey, give me the money." She's like, "You serious?" He busts one in the air. And, oh, damn, he is serious. Here, take this money. You dig? See, when this type of stuff happens, and shout out to people who are hitting the Cash App, much respect to you. I'll be forgetting about the Cash App, but much respect to the family who hit the Cash App as well. If you hit the Cash App, also hit the Kickstarter too. That would be great. That would be great for those. I see a lot of people are hitting the Kickstarter right now. That would be wonderful if you hit, I mean, people are hitting the Cash App right now. It would be wonderful if you hit that Kickstarter so we can go ahead and knock that goal out and get where we need to get. And also so we can get everybody's names in the film as well. Most of the people who contribute to the Kickstarter, you're going to be listed in the film. You're going to get, some of you are going to get special thanks credit. Some of you are going to get producer credit, co-producer credit, executive producer credit. So we got a lot of great perks for the family. I really want the family to get involved because this film is going to be a doozy. This film is going to be, it's going to be a hot one. I promise you that. Lex, somebody asked about my queen. My lady is fine, doing great. She's ready for the baby to come on through. She's doing fine. Lexi's doing real good. Yeah, she's carrying this one pregnancy real well. You know, she's looking good. You know, she's been up and very active. You know, ain't been laying around, so she's been very active. So she's real good. You know, we're very excited about this one. We're very excited about this one. But anyway, yeah, I can't wait either, man. We're very excited. We're waiting on this little girl to come on through. We done decked the crib out. Oh man, we done got this thing all ready for this baby girl. So we are very excited. Her little brothers are ready. Everybody's ready. So the baby's gonna be coming any day. We got our maternity bags, you know, because you know, we never know people who got kids. You never know when them contractions start hitting and you got to go hit the hospital. So, you know, I got to get my bag together and, you know, sitting by the door so we're ready to jet out at any moment. But yeah, we're good. We're doing good, man. Yeah, shout out to our brother Marcel. Shout out to our brother Marcel Dixon, who's running out there. I got to have Marcel on the broadcast. I'm going to try to do it this week. I've been so busy doing so much stuff, man. You know, getting ready for the baby and just doing interviews and just doing so much stuff and getting stuff together, going back and forth with these people about the museum. And I just been running around like crazy. I do want to get my brother Marcel on here. Marcel is doing great things. Marcel got those Democrats sweating. My brother Marcel out there in South Carolina, he got those Democrats sweating. He got the Clyburn people sweating because Marcel has a lot of grassroots momentum. So they're watching to see what's going on with this thing. Marcel has a legitimate chance to get Clyburn's seat. These people are nervous right now. I'm telling you, our brother Marcel has a legitimate chance to get that seat based on all the grassroots support he's getting. My South Carolina people who's in his district, y'all need to make it happen out there. Y'all need to make it happen out there in South Carolina. This is going to set send a hell of a message, because you got a candidate from the grassroots that's been curated and cultivated by the grassroots, who's talking our language, who's talking about immigration, not us supporting it, because we're not supporting no immigration. We're talking about reparations. My brother is big on the reparations tip, talking about what should be done specifically for foundational Black Americans. This is our guy, and we're putting somebody out there who's a serious contender using our verbiage. That's extremely important. Don't think that they're not shaking in their boots over this. We got to support our brother. I think our brother has a real opportunity to win, for real, for real. My South Carolina people, we need you to show up and show out for real. All right? Now, like I was saying earlier, a lot of the dominant society, like I said, they don't want white males to be the face of violence. They don't want that. They don't want them to be the face of violence. So they keep trying to make random shootings into mass shootings in order to conflate what these white supremacist suspects are doing. Now, because of what happened down there in Texas with this white boy going up in the school, killing all of those babies, which was horrible, now they're talking about we need to arm the school teachers. They're saying we need to arm the school teachers. Now, let me get a quick poll from the room right now. I want the room to answer yes or no. We want to do a count. The question to everybody in the room listening live: do you think it's a good idea for them to arm teachers in schools right now? Let me just get a gauge, and let me just see where people are right here. Just type yes or no. Do you think it is a good idea to arm teachers in schools? Let me see where you're at, family. Big Cino said yes. Most people said no. Lavette says yes. A lot of folks are saying hell no. Some people said yes. A lot of folks are saying no. So a lot of no's. Okay. All right. Got it. So mostly no. Most people are saying no, and I would 100% agree with that. I will 100% agree with that. I absolutely do not think they should arm these school teachers. That would be the worst idea. Black family, don't let them talk you into co-signing that. They should absolutely not arm those teachers. Yeah, from what I understand, in some states, I know down in Florida, I think some of them are armed in parts of Florida. Somebody said out there in Illinois, some of them are armed. I'm 100% against that. You know why? I'm against it because even though most of the mass shooters, most likely the people to come into a school and shoot it up is going to be a white boy, part of white supremacist society and part of white supremacist culture is to never harm a white child. So let's say a white kid runs up in the school busting shots. They're going to do exactly what they did down there in Texas. Nothing. Local authorities are not going to shoot one of their own. The local teachers are not going to shoot one of their own. That's a part of the culture. Remember the dude down in Texas, the white boy who was shooting up at the school? There was a border patrol, some federal agent came in and shot him. The local police was on code. They weren't even touching that dude. They let him do what he do. They didn't do anything to that dude. Keep in mind, that's why everybody's calling them out for being cowards. They weren't going to do anything to that dude. Notice these white school shooters, they rarely get shot. They don't shoot these people. You know how rare it is for them to get shot by law enforcement? They don't shoot these people. Usually these dudes kill themselves. Usually they'll do a mass shooting and then they'll just take themselves out. But law enforcement don't take them out. Remember the white boy down at that school, the crazy white boy, Parkland, who shot up Parkland? They shoot that guy. He walked out of that thing unscathed. Dylan Roof. They didn't shoot Dylan Roof. They got Dylan Roof and took him to Burger King. The Buffalo guy. They treated this dude with kid gloves. They didn't shoot this guy. They don't shoot white people. Unless, it's in very rare circumstances, unless they get real desperate. Just that's a last desperate measure. Do you think they're going to shoot white children? They're not going to use those guns on no damn white kids at all. You dig? They are not going to shoot white children. Yes, Nicholas Cruz. Yeah, that's his name. Yeah, Nicholas Cruz. They didn't do nothing to him. Yeah, Columbine, those guys committed suicide. They don't shoot these guys, man. That's part of the white supremacist code. They don't shoot grown white killers, let alone some white children, part of the white supremacist code. And I broke this down in my book, Foundation of Black American Race Beta. White children never get harmed. They never really get punished. That's a part of the code. That's a part of the rule of white supremacy. You never punish a white kid because a white kid is the future of white supremacy in their minds. They look at a white child as a potential progenitor of white supremacy. They cultivate white children to carry the water for white supremacy. White children are very important in the system of white supremacy. They're not going to shoot white kids. Those guns are going to be used exclusively on black children. And they will do it for whatever arbitrary reason. That's why you don't co-sign that. And let me tell you something. They'll start shooting these black kids at the first sign of any aggression. If a black child raises his voice, they'll use a gun and say, oh, I thought I was protecting the school from him. He looked like he was going to come up and be aggressive. Your black child looked like he was going to do a mass killing. He didn't have a gun, but he looked like he was going to go get one, and I had to get him. I had to take him out. Let me tell you something, black family. If you have school teachers with guns in your district, and you have a black child going to that school, what you need to do, get the names and home addresses to every teacher, principal, or administrator of that school. I will say that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have teachers at your school who are allowed to have guns and you have black children there, let it be known that you got the names and the home address to those teachers. You better know everything you need to know about that damn teacher. You better know every damn thing that needs to be known about that teacher and the principal. So if they try to pull a little slick move and harm your baby, what they'll do is, the first thing they'll do is try to hide them. They go hide them and protect them and go send them off somewhere and not release the name and all of this stuff. Nah, get all of their information and let them know. If something go wrong with my kid, something might go wrong all across the board. Yeah? Everybody like this video, by the way. Like the video, subscribe to the video, or subscribe to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed to this channel. You gotta subscribe to Tariq Radio. If you have not subscribed to Tariq Radio, you are out here playing games, ladies and gentlemen. You are out here playing games if you have not subscribed. We need you to subscribe to this channel. Hit that subscribe button right now, ladies and gentlemen. So like I'm saying, you better get all the information about these teachers if they are allowed to have guns. And truth be told, we need to be getting information about anybody who patrols our neighborhoods. Any neighborhood where you live and is being patrolled by those in the dominant society, you need to know who these people are. You understand? You need to know exactly who these people are just in case some funny style stuff happens. White people understand that. See, we got to understand, family, there's two worlds we live in. We have to understand we live in two worlds. And we have to understand we're judged differently by the dominant society. they'll try to deny that, but part of white supremacy is doing something and denying that you're doing it. Our job is to not sit here and let these people lie to us about what they're doing and pretend that they're not doing it. They're practicing white supremacy. We get systematic, overt deprivation and punishment, and people who are classified as white, they get a certain level of immunity from punishment, immunity from law, immunity from slander. Look at the Johnny Depp case, for example. The Johnny Depp case, Amber Heard, him and his lady, that was a defamation case where she was talking greasy about him defaming his character, and he went to court with her, and Johnny Depp won. He won the suit. He won the case. A lot of people are, taking different sides with it. For the most part, people are siding with Johnny Depp. There's some feminists out here saying, "Oh no, this is horrible for women," and whoop, whoop, whoop. There's some white feminists spewing that nonsense, but for the most part, most people are rocking with Johnny Depp. Most people are rocking with Johnny Depp right now. And that's how white supremacy works. See, with a white man, you can't, not only can you not make false accusations against a white man, you can't even falsely slander a white man. You can't even falsely slander or defame a white man. See, that's how white privilege works. You see, not only do you get the benefit of the doubt, you get protection. See, black folks, we don't get that. Like with my brother Bill Cosby, they got some bogus case now out here in California where somebody has a civil suit against Bill Cosby from 50 years ago. They said Cosby did something to him 50 years ago. They still dragging these little bogus cases out. And they let that case go on, even though it's so bogus. If you look at the evidence and you look at all the stuff that's being said, it's completely bogus. This is from 50 years ago, and it's bogus as hell. But again, black folks get drug in and out of court over some lies that were spewed about something that happened 50 years ago, where you don't really have no tangible evidence for it. It's all circumstantial and hearsay. Yeah? But that doesn't matter in a system of white supremacy. That doesn't matter. Now, I saw some people talking about how this is a victory, the Johnny Depp thing, that's a victory for men, and oh yes, men, the manosphere, and men can defend themselves, and men cannot be defamed. No, this is for white men. That's totally different. No. There's a black man in court right now, Bill Cosby, over some BS. This only works for white males. White males get that benefit of the doubt. Understand? And they know this. They're very aware of this. Let's be very clear. They are 100% aware of this. But, see, family, we got to understand and learn how we do not accept this racial double standard. We have to stop accepting racial double standards. I want black folks to understand we don't deserve mistreatment based on being born the wrong skin color according to the dominant society. Nor do our children deserve to be punished based on them claiming that we were just born the wrong skin color. That's what it's all about. The problem is we've gone along with that nonsense too long. We have come to think that we almost deserve mistreatment because they've used propaganda against us, telling us, well, the problem ain't white supremacy, the problem is your culture. The problem is you guys just didn't work hard enough. The problem is it's single motherhood. The problem is it's fatherlessness. The problem is that they come up with different problems every week. It's a con game. We have to stop falling for it. Because those in the dominant society, they don't play that mistreatment nonsense. All right? Those in the dominant society, they don't play mistreatment. There's a case right here. Let me show y'all this. You can't mistreat those in the dominant society. There was a white judge. A white man got sentenced by this judge. He thought that the sentencing was unjust out there in Wisconsin. This dude, the judge sentenced him on some kind of case. The guy didn't like it. He felt it was unjust. So this white man went to the judge's crib right here. Ex-judge killed and targeted act against judicial system. So yeah, the suspect is a white man. They don't show the white man's picture, but yeah, he ran up to the judge's spot, said, "Oh, hell no, you're not going to treat me like a nigga," and gave that judge a piece of the action, dude. The dominant society, I would take my hat off to them. In white society, they don't play that mistreatment stuff. Oh, they don't play that. You're not going to systematically mistreat us. You're not going to treat us like you treat the niggers. They'll sit up stupid as hell and let y'all just railroad them unjustly and falsely, put them in prison and throw these sentences at them. Yeah, they're dumb enough to let you do that, not us. It's freedom or death for us. That's how they get down. I take my hat off to that to a certain degree. They're like, all right, we are not going to get mistreated. No, no, no. No mistreatment for us. No, we're going to make it do what it do. You mistreat us, we're going to take you out, and we have to go out to... Now, he died too, the white suspect. I think he shot himself. But yeah, he said, I'm going out. If I'm going to get treated like a nigga, what reason is there to live? There is no reason to live if I'm not going to live free. Yeah, just like Clive and Bundy's people. They went up against the cops. If you're going to treat us like niggas, no, we got to get you out of here. You're not going to treat us like you treat them. Yeah? Other groups don't play that mistreatment nonsense. Now, with that being said, though, now let's be clear, with that being said, other groups are given more leeway to achieve success. They're not sabotaged. So don't let people think that they have something that we don't have. These people come over and they are allowed to thrive with the help of us. Most of us help these other groups who come over. And they're not systematically targeted. See, whenever people start talking about how they came over and their parents had $3, or they came from Europe, or they came from the Middle East, or they came from Asia with $3, and they did so well, how come we can't? Don't ever let nobody run that game on you, because one thing they leave out is that they were not sabotaged. We are systematically sabotaged from top to bottom. We've been systematically sabotaged during slavery, after slavery, and right now in current day. You dig? We are sabotaged. This is why we always got to keep our eye on the people who's going to potentially sabotage us. They were not sabotaged. Somebody pulled up this clip of that fresh and fit dude talking about foundational black Americans, talking greasy, sounding like a wannabe white supremacist. Okay? Talking about us. And I don't want to beat a dead horse with this guy. Yeah? Now, where is he from again? Where's that guy, the Arab-looking guy? Where is he from, the fresh and fit dude? Now, we know both of them. You know, one guy's from the Caribbean and the other guy's from Africa. I want to say, isn't he from the Sudan? Yeah? I think. Y'all help me out in the room. I think that guy is from the Sudan. You dig? I think he's from the Sudan, if I'm not mistaken. Sudan, there you go. Okay. Now, let me play, here's the video of him, the fresh and fit guy, talking about foundational black Americans and how lazy we are and how they thrive over us. Now, listen to this guy. And I think I played this clip before. Hold on one second.
Do is cry, bro. That's all they do on fucking Twitter. Well, I'm really black because my parents were here in 1945 and they know Martin Luther King. Shut the fuck.
All that cursing.
This country and laugh at you niggas, bro. Real talk. Chinese people come to this fucking country. You know what they do? They open up a fucking Chinese food spot in the hood. The Indian people, they go open up a convenience store in the hood. The Arabs, they come into the United States, they go put a fucking liquor store in the hood and them niggas can't even drink. They laughing at you, stupid fucks. Because...
Okay, he's doing a lot of cursing, and I don't want all those curses in here. But, okay, so that's him telling us how everybody opens up liquor stores in the hood, and Arabs from his community, they come over and open up liquor stores in the hood, and Asians come over and they laugh at us because they come over and open up these liquor stores in the hood. And okay, this is your little non-FBA tether who's telling us what they're doing in the hood. They come over here and they do so great. They come over here and they're just laughing at us. They're doing so great. They come over here talking about what they do in the hood. Well, damn it. If you're doing so good in the hood over here, well, how come y'all got this over there? How come your homeland is looking like this? That's his homeland right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's his homeland. That's what his home looks like. He's over here bragging about what they're doing in the hood over here, and this is his homeland. No paved roads in certain places, poverty, urine, defecation in the streets. Come on, you're not going to come here and point your finger at us talking about what you're doing in the hood. Number one, you're able to come over here in the hood because we paved the way. We broke our backs helping you get over here. We broke our backs fighting for the minority programs that you benefit and eat off of that got you out of complete poverty. Number two, we are the economic base. We don't discriminate, so we are the economic base. You're able to come to the hood because they're not letting you build up your little junky, garbage-ass businesses in white neighborhoods. So we're the only ones supporting you. So you're eating off of us because of us. And another thing, we try to set up shop, but we have to deal with targeted sabotage. But we still thrive in spite of that. Many of us can still thrive in spite of the sabotage. But don't come popping your collar. You guys don't get sabotaged when you come here. They don't burn down your buildings and put injunctions on your buildings, and they don't do all that, even though y'all be trapping out these buildings. You dig? You have a little massage parlor in the back doing something funny for a little piece of money, doing some stank to get some bank. You dig? You got all type of health code violations. You don't get shut down, whereas black folks, every little thing, too much smoke comes out of the roof from the barbecue. We get an F rating, and then they'll try to shut us down. See, we get sabotaged because we are the only threat to white supremacy. Your tethers are not threats. They've already destroyed your homeland and you sat there and fled, so they know you're going to do what you need to do to not get in no good trouble. They know that you're going to be a good foot soldier and wannabe for white supremacy. You understand? They already know. So yeah, don't come pointing your finger talking about what we ain't doing. Yeah, we don't have the businesses that we need in the hood because we are sabotaged from top to bottom, and I'm seeing how that works firsthand, dealing with these real estate developers and salespeople out here in LA. Man, down there in Leimert Park where we're trying to get some stuff going on, and also there's a couple of things we got going on. We're trying to work out. We're trying to get it together. We got out there in Leimert Park so much sabotage going on. That first property that I was going to get, that first land, once I got the money for it, they started acting janky. Now remember, before that land that I was going to get that we did the promo for, that was a business, that was a black bookstore. What was the name of that place? Was it the Total Experience? What was the name of that place? Where are my LA people? My LA people, that building that's over there in that vacant lot right next to the soul food joint in Leimert Park, what was the name of that business before they tore it down? Was it Total Unlimited? What was the name of it, family? Where are my LA? I know we got some LA people in here. Where are my LA people in here? I know we got some LA folks from South Central in here. What was the name of that building, that business? Wasn't SO1. No. It wasn't SO1. I want to say the Total Experience. Something, it was something of that nature. It was something like that. No, not Maverick Flat. Maverick's Flat is down the street. No. Maverick's Flat is down the street. It was called something else. And I knew some black folks had that joint. And they were selling like cultural items out of it. Oh man, my LA people helped me out. I cannot think of what the name of that place was. But I do know, I learned later, was it Total Experience? Was it the Total Experience? Another active shooter in North Carolina. Is that going on now? Okay, Total Experience. Oh, so it was Total Experience. Okay, I was right. Okay. Total Experience, yeah. They burned it down. That place got burned down. It was on Crenshaw. Yeah, I found out later that was mysteriously burned down. Somebody burned that joint down. Yeah? And I found that out later. So I'm telling you, that's the kind of little stuff that goes on out there. Your businesses, black businesses, are mysteriously burned and firebombed, and it's white. In the Asians and the Arabs and all that, they don't go through all that. Their stuff ain't getting burned down like that. You understand what I'm saying? They don't have to go through that type of stuff. Yeah, and then some of the other businesses got shut down because Lonnie Simmons owned. Okay, yeah, some of those other businesses got shut down because of the damn nuisance injunctions that they're putting on people out there. I'm learning that. They got nuisance injunctions that they put on. They skip over the Asian, they skip over the Hispanic businesses, and they put these nuisance injunctions on the black businesses out there. I mean, yeah, they got a bunch of ways that they target our stuff out here. But let me see what's going on, and let's look at the news firsthand here. Somebody said there was an active shooter in North Carolina. Let me look at Twitter and see what's trending on Twitter. Okay, I don't see anything. Hold on. Okay, I know there was a shooting in Nigeria. Did y'all see that? There was a big shooting at a church in Nigeria. They said 50 people probably got shot. Okay, I don't see anything about a shooter in North Carolina. I don't see anything about that. So it must not be trending yet. I don't know what's going on with that. All right, I don't see anything about shooting at a hospital. Okay, I don't see anything about it right now. South Carolina. 1 dead, 7 injured at a graduation party? Okay. Okay, I'll look into that a little bit later. We got a lot of folks in the room. Everybody in the room, by the way, everybody just coming in the room. Could you please, while I'm talking right now, I need the family to hit that link below. There's a link below, the Kickstarter link for the brand new film, American Maroon. We need the family to get involved. I think we're at 15K right now. We're trying to get to 80K for the production, and so that we can get everybody listed on the film, so we can get the editing and all of that taken care of. We would love for everybody to definitely get involved. That would be great. Hit the link, hit that link, and please get involved with the making of the film. We need the support from the family here. We are in here heavy. A lot of folks are piling on into the room, ladies and gentlemen. But listen, we got to understand how the game is working out here. We got to understand how things work out here. When it comes to us, there's a different vibe and energy that's thrown at us. See, this is why we got to be extremely on code, which we are. Right now, we're on code on a level that we have not been on code with before. And people are not allowed, we're not letting people minority us. We're not letting people run the people of color game on us. We ain't playing that game. We have woken up to that game. Us understanding our foundational Black American lineage, that was a monkey wrench in the game that a lot of folks wasn't ready for. Us delineating ourselves from all of these other groups and saying, hey, we're not going to do the minority thing. We're not going to do the people of color thing. We're not going to even do the African American thing. We're going to look out for foundational Black Americans first, because we are the most aggrieved group and we've been the most neglected. So we're going to look out for ourselves. Now that we've done that, people, the truth is starting to come out. People are starting to show their hand and show how they really felt about us all along. All right? They're showing how they felt about us all along, and they're showing how they felt about blackness all along. Family, us understanding our foundational Black American lineage was the greatest thing that we could have done, because now people see that they can't really leech off of us like they have. So now they're just putting it on out there. They're letting us know, hey, this is how I felt. I didn't like y'all niggas anyway. This story came out this week. Look at this right here, which is something we already knew. We already knew this, ladies and gentlemen. This is something we already knew. Millions of Afro-Latinos say they're white, according to the U.S. Census data. Family, this came out last month, by the way. This didn't just come out, but this is something we've been known. You look at the census, and most of these Black Latinos that we see, these Afro-Latinos who are darker than us, all right? Afro-Latinos who did not identify as Latino were more likely than those who did identify as Latino to mark Black as their race, versus 59% versus 71%. All right. But a lot of these Black Latinos, they sit up here and they classify themselves as white, these Afro-Latinos. Let's be real. A lot of these folks look at themselves, even though they're dark-skinned, they think that they're white. They identify as white. We sit up here thinking that there's some kind of camaraderie with this person. Or remember, the dude, the fake leader of the Proud Boys, Enrique Tarrio, he's a dark Afro-Latino from Cuba. They like to hide behind him like, hey, we're not a white supremacist group. We got a Black Latino as our leader. But all of his paperwork, and I pulled up his jail record, he listed himself as white. They've always done this. This has been something we've been telling people for years. They've always listed themselves as white, even though many of them are jet black. We better get off this thing where we think a person, just because they are dark as us, they look at white supremacy the same way we do. They just don't. And a lot of these white Latinos, they love playing three-card Monte with their race, just like AOC. Ocasio-Cortez, that woman changes her damn ethnic heritage every week. Look at this right here. Somebody pulled up some receipts on her. About every year, this woman changed what her ethnic heritage is. Right here, AOC says Native Americans claimed her as a relative at Standing Rock, said she awakened to her Native American roots. They do this all the time. When it's convenient, they're Native American, and then she reveals her Jewish heritage. I knew it. They said that years ago, her family consisted of Sephardic Jews. Lord. All right. Oh, they played three-card Monte with the heritage. But don't forget, she also claimed she was culturally African. All right. So when our African ancestors brought in enslaved, so she was claiming that African heritage for a minute. She plays three-card Monte with her heritage every damn year. And remember, she tapped into her African heritage when she was doing that cringy ass speech when she was up there with Sharpton at the National Action Network. She was doing a speech and she tried to take on that cringy ass Southern preacher inflection. Y'all remember that? Oh God, that was so cringy. She started trying to sound like a black Southerner. Listen, y'all, ain't nothing wrong with being a janitor. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with hard work and all that. Ain't nothing wrong. Oh God. Lord. But yeah, these folks, they play three-card Monte with that racial thing, with that ethnic identity. That's why we said, nah, we just gonna rock with FBA right now. We ain't trying to have y'all play three-card Monte. But ain't nothing wrong with my blackness. No, you ain't black enough. You ain't FBA enough, all right? You were just white on your documents, so don't come around us I want some reparations. Ain't nothing wrong with putting some Goya sauce on your collard greens. No. We're not playing that game. We're talking FBA business right here. But I got African, no. All right, this ain't about Africa. This is about foundational Black Americans. This is about foundational Black Americans. Don't come around here with your fake Southern voice inflections. Still I rise, though. No. Still you rise your ass and sit down somewhere and eat you an empanada. Go sit down. I don't want to hear that. We're talking FBA business. This is FBA business right here. See, this trims the fat. This trims the fat, ladies and gentlemen. This cuts a lot of stuff out. Nobody can diss FBA because you can't diss our lineage. We are a specific lineage. No one can diss our lineage. Nobody can diss our lineage. Somebody's talking about the Michi Munchie cookies. I know people really want the Michi Munchie cookies. Let me get y'all a Michi Munchie cookie right here. The Michi. People really want the Michi Munchie cookies right there. Y'all are fiending for the Michi Munchie cookies. Oh man, they're so delicious. The fat animal cookies. Oh, by the way, if y'all want these Michi Munchie cookies, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all want these Michi Munchies, hold on. While I'm talking to you, I'm about to eat one. They're that good, ladies and gentlemen. You need to click that link. This is in one of the programs. This is in one of the perks for Kickstarter, by the way. All right? This is for one of the perks. All right, y'all need to hit that Kickstarter link if y'all want one of these delicious Michi Munchie cookies. So good, make you want to buck your eyes. Lord, oh, good ass cookie. Click that link below. No, these cookies do not cause diarrhea. They are delicious. I'm telling you, these cookies are good. Munching on Michi. If y'all want these cookies, y'all better hit that Kickstarter. You better hit that Kickstarter. This is just the sample just to let y'all know when we start putting them in full production. Like I said, the Michi Munchie cookies are going to be shaped like fat, bad-built animals. It's going to be all fat animals. We're going to have hippo shapes, elephant shapes, manatee. It's going to be all fat, bad-built animals. Delicious, I'm telling you. It's going to be a buffalo with small titties and no ass. It's just going to be all animals that's bad-built. And they're delicious. Absolutely delicious. Oh, the chocolate just melts in your mouth. Oh yeah, it's gonna be all bad-built animals. You know? Oh, it's so delicious, man. I'm telling you. These cookies are good as hell, man. Y'all are gonna love them when you get them. Hit that Kickstarter link, ladies and gentlemen. No. These cookies will have you fiending for more. Wait till we get them fat animal shapes, though. Wait till we get the fat animal shapes. And then for Christmas, we're going to have some fat gingerbread Michi Munchie cookies, some fat gingerbread man cookies. And we're going to have some raggedy box braids on the gingerbread man. So we're gonna, y'all wait till Christmas too. We're gonna have some Christmas cookies with a fat gingerbread man with raggedy box braids. It's so delicious, I'm telling you. So damn delicious. All right. So yeah, y'all gonna wanna get with this. Y'all gonna wanna get with this. And somebody said, you know what was funny? I was gonna do, before the cookies, I was gonna do some pig feet. But I said, no, people don't really eat pork like that. So let me just stick with the cookies. I don't wanna be too petty. I was gonna get some Michi Munchie pig feet. But I said, people are kind of health conscious right now. And I said, no, I can't preserve all of them pig feet at my warehouse. You know, because the pig feet, they go, you know, they got a shelf life. I was going to do pig feet. I was going to do some pig feet, some Michi Munchy pig feet, but I can't have all of them jars of pig feet in my office. And they go, you know, it's about to be summertime, and them pig feet, it get hot, and you know. But with the cookies, you know, the cookies are good. We got the cookies ready, you dig? So y'all need to hit that Kickstarter link right there and get that package that includes the Michi Munchy cookie. I promise you won't regret it. You will love it. But listen, but like I said, AOC was up here with Sharpton doing all of that fake voice inflection nonsense. Ain't nothing wrong, all that old nonsense. And we weren't buying it. And speaking of Sharpton, now Sharpton and those guys, speaking of Sharpton, now that we got a real reparations momentum going, family, the reparations movement is real now. We are focused. We didn't take our eyes off the ball. We didn't let these people punk us. And right now, reparations, we got it in our sights. There is a real, serious, legitimate conversation about reparations for foundational Black Americans. That conversation was only possible because of you on the grassroots, family. Let's be very clear. The Democrats are now sending their minions out here to try to play catch up, but it was the grassroots. It was you, family. It was us, you, us here pushing that reparations thing. I've been publicly, if y'all go back to videos back to 2013, I've been talking about reparations. And I've studied reparations under the master teacher of Claude Anderson. He's been talking about it for 30, 40 years. That is my master teacher. That's where I get the game from. But the reason why the reparations conversation has gained so much momentum is because, and I told people this, we have to get our culture together. This is why the foundational Black American movement, it had to be a cultural movement. See, people wanted to criticize that. So we got to be about politics, not no damn culture. No. When you get your culture together, the politics, the education, the economics, the judicial, everything falls into place once you understand what your damn culture is. I knew the importance of understanding the culture. Understanding foundational Black American culture, that gives you something to protect. Once you know who you are culturally, you know who your group is culturally, you will instinctively protect the culture, you will protect that group, and you will protect the interest of that group. See, other groups, they know who they are culturally. They understand that they are different from us culturally. That's why they come over here and they work to really undermine us. They'll sit up here on the kumbaya when it's politically feasible for them, but they understand, hey, we are Somalian, we are Ugandan, we are Jamaican, we are different. So whatever we get and whatever benefit that comes our way, that's for us. Because our culture is Jamaican culture. You understand? We were on this, well, our culture is all Black, all Pan-Africanism, all that nonsense. And that has worked against us. Because you can't have one-side culture, a one-sided cultural acknowledgement. You can't have a one-sided cultural acknowledgement. We're up here propping up this culture that we're supposed to be a part of, and no other group is propping up the Pan-Africanist culture. You understand? So now that we've said, you know what? We've sat up here and we've given all of our achievements away to everybody else. We've given our cultural achievements away to Africa, to everybody. And we're saying, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to acknowledge our cultural achievements, put them on our chalkboard, and not let people dump their garbage onto us. See, the only time people want to be kumbaya, and I've said this many times, is when they want to dump their cultural garbage on us. All right? So when people accomplish something good, well, that's Barbados. That's that Barbados energy. when we're sitting up here saying, hey man, shout out to that black man. Shout out. No, he ain't a black man. No. He's Belizean. Now shout out to Belize. That's Belize power. Oh, okay, we doing that. They love to delineate when they accomplish something. Now, when it's one of these dusty ass bums who's committing a crime, all of a sudden, we all black now. Just like that dusty ass dude over there in Tulsa who killed that black doctor and some other people. They tried to pass him off, and I talked about this on my broadcast the other day. They tried to pass him off as just a crazy FBA and some black on black crime. Michael Lewis, but that wasn't his name. I said, wait a damn minute. Something ain't right. I knew something wasn't right with that crime. It was a couple of things. Number one, the way that suspect looked. That hairline ain't FBA. I looked at that hairline. I said, wait a damn minute. That's not FBA. And also the fact that he targeted a black person who was a professional. That's something else that Foundation of Black Americans don't do. And I looked him up, did some research on him. Sure enough, his name was Michelet Louis Baptiste. Oh, Haitian. He's a Haitian immigrant. He was a Haitian immigrant. The white media deliberately hid that. And they deliberately hide the ethnic backgrounds of a lot of these guys who commit crime, because they understand that a lot of these people who commit crimes against Foundation of Black Americans are actually tethers. These people are not even FBA. And the type of crime he did, I talked about this the other day on Twitter Space. People who go out here and get into gunplay, there's only a certain type who goes out here doing indiscriminate shootings. Usually people in the underworld, all right? Most well-to-do black people, middle-class, working-class black people don't go out here getting into gunplay. Most middle-class or well-to-do black people are usually on the straight and narrow. Yes, Nipsey was half FBA. Yes, he was. Usually, like I said, middle-class or working-class or well-to-do black people are usually on the straight and narrow. They're not going out there getting into no gunplay. The only people in FBA society who gets into gunplay, usually street dudes or dusty dudes and people who are in the underworld. And even in the underworld, there are certain rules of engagements with Foundation of Black Americans. One of those unwritten rules is, as street folks, you don't target black people who are professional squares, people who are in the square world. You don't target them. If you got to get into some gunplay, usually it's about somebody who you already in the streets doing business with and they're trying to cross you. That's who you save the gunplay for. Somebody else who's in the game with you. One of your rivals or somebody who used to be an underling or somebody who kind of tried to slick you up and you had to kind of enforce something on them. But one thing you don't do, part of the street rules among FBA, you don't mess with black professionals. You don't harm black professionals. You don't harm elders. You don't harm black professionals. You don't harm kids. You don't harm college students. Let me reiterate that. Let me reiterate that. No, you don't harm black professionals. You don't harm elderly black people. You don't harm children. You don't harm college students. All right? That's one of the major rules. It's an unspoken rule. You don't harm those 4 groups of people. You are highly looked down upon if you did that. If you do that, you are not safe in jail. If you go to jail and if they found out you harmed a black professional, like a black doctor or a black lawyer in the neighborhood, you harmed an elderly black person, you harmed a kid, or you harmed a college student, that ass is grass. That's a no-no. You understand? You don't do that. You don't harm black professionals, because even street folks have a certain level of respect for black professionals, because these are people who kind of rose up, got out, did what they needed to do. So there's a respect there. There's a respect there. You still respect professional black folks. You don't target them. You damn sure don't target no damn kid. Now, sometimes what happens is you have cases where kids get shot by random strays. Usually those are essays doing that type of shit. You understand? Black folks, you might get a couple of crackheads who might hit a kid with a stray. And let me tell you something, that crackhead ain't safe. Whoever does that, if you come in the county or you get on the yard and the word is you hit a kid with a stray, they're going to have to put you in PC. You go into PC. You going to get shanked out there. And don't let it be some kind of sex crime. You going to get shanked. If you do some kind of sex crime to a kid, you're going to have to go in PC. You understand? So yeah, just the type of crime that dude did, I knew that wasn't no FBA dude. And let me go back to and I talked about college students before. I remember down in Atlanta, there was a case where this dude killed this girl in college. She was a college student, and this nigga killed her. And I'm like, immediately I knew that wasn't no FBA dude, and come to find out, I was right. He was a Trinidadian dude. We don't do that. We don't harm children. We don't harm college kids. When we see a black kid in college, on a subliminal level, we try to protect them. We want them to stay in college. And in fact, we'll try to keep them from coming on the block. If we see a college kid, somebody going to college, and then they try to creep out there on the block, man, get your ass out of here. Dude, why are you here? They'll run that kid off the block. Yo, go back and study, go back to your dorm, but you don't need to be down here, homie. Take your little ass back where you came from. Don't ever come on this block, man. You in school. We need you to stay your ass in school. The reason why, because that kid might become the next professional. They might become a lawyer. They might become a business owner. They might become a mayor, and they might be in a position where they can help us. That's how street dudes look. Hey, that person can kind of, if I get caught up, that person might be in a position to get me out of a jam. So we need somebody who's legitimate and square. Yeah, if you talk to some real OGs, I'm talking about some FBA OGs. I ain't talking about these tether niggas who will just shoot up everybody. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about some FBA OGs. They will pull you to the side and get you off the block before they let you come out here and start dipping your hands into something that would potentially get you caught up. They'll make you take another option. I've seen it. I've seen square dudes or book smart dudes just literally get run off the block, man. Yo, you cannot come out here. Get out of here. Don't come out here, dude. This shit ain't for you out here. Yeah? A real OG would do that. Because if to be an OG, you're going to get a certain level of wisdom. Can we talk some game here? Let me tell you something. Let's talk some game here. Anything you do, and if you've been in it for a minute and you've learned how to semi-master it to a certain degree, because if you're in jail, did you master it? Or maybe you just got caught up. But even the jail experience is an experience. You're learning from that. Anything you do, any hustle or any endeavor that you get into that involves interaction with people, where you have a sustainable amount of income coming in, you're going to learn some life experience from that, no matter what it is. When you get into any endeavor and you get a sustainable amount of income on a regular basis, you learn how to get a substantial amount of income with it. Not even a lot, doesn't even have to be a lot, but just a substantial amount of income. Because that is, to a certain degree, proactive. You will learn from that. And especially so if it's street business. This is why if you talk to a real street dude, I'm talking about a real hustler, a real street dude. I'm not talking about some dusty thief, which is why I never liked thieves. I've never really respected thieves. I've never liked thieves. Thieving was never my thing. Why? Because being a thief, you don't learn no game from being a thief. I never liked thieves. I never liked the thought of stealing from people, creeping and sneaking. There's always something dirty and crackheadish about stealing from people. Your mouthpiece should be crisp enough so that you can have whatever you want given to you. That shows integrity and character. The fact that if you have to sneak and creep and hope you don't get caught, you're not learning anything. There's no game in that. A crackhead can do that. I hate a thief. Never respected a thief. Yeah? Thieves are always looked down upon. Yes, because sometimes these thieves come in and they try to rob the hustlers. And then that's what happens. A lot of hustlers get caught up because they got to lay the steel down on a damn raggedy crackhead thief. You understand? So I never respected a thief. But if you're a hustler, you got a mouthpiece and you can spit and you can get what you're supposed to get, you're going to learn some game. You're going to learn some experience and you're going to get some wisdom with that. Like I said, talk to a real hustler, somebody who knows how to go out there and get some paper. You talk to a real hustler, there's a certain level of intelligence there. Because in order to be a real hustler on the streets for real, you can't be no dumb nigga. Y'all feel what I'm saying? You can't be no goofy, dumbass dude with no integrity, really out here on the block trying to get some paper. And you really can't be no thieving type of dude. Because the thieving mentality shows a deceptive mentality, and there's no honor and there's no integrity with being a deceptive type of dude. And if you come out on the block with that type of mentality of being a thief, people are going to look at you funny, and your life is going to be in danger. There's a certain mentality that you have to be out here on the block, man. And you can't be no buster, you can't be no liar, you can't be no janky nigga. You got to have a certain level of integrity. You got to have a certain level of game. You got to have a certain level of intelligence. Because number one, you got to make sure you ain't crossing nobody and crossing the wrong people. Number two, you always got to keep your eyes open for law enforcement. You got to be ultra aware of your surroundings, and that's where you get a lot of knowledge and wisdom from. Knowledge and wisdom comes from really understanding your surroundings, understanding the universe in which you're in. When you understand your surroundings and your universe and your perimeter and learn how to control the things that goes on in your environment, that's wisdom. You get wisdom. And if you are a hustler, you got to keep your eyes open for law enforcement. You got to keep your eyes open for snitches. Also, you got to keep your eyes open for other competition, other hostile hustlers. So you got to be ultra aware. You don't have the luxury to be some goofy dumbass out here in dangerous waters where your life could potentially be in danger trying to get some paper, where sharks are swimming. You got to be on top of your game. And being on top of your game, understanding your surroundings, understanding how to interact with people in a way where you will earn respect, you get wisdom doing that. You get a whole lot of game doing it, I'm telling you. Just by virtue of being out there in the game, you're going to be ultra aware, you're going to get some game. I'm telling you, you talk to some hustlers. Any hustler. Shout out to my brother Tony. Shout out to my brother Tony. My brother Tony Mercedes is hitting me up. Shout out to Tony, a real good friend of mine. Let me tell you something. Women, where the women at? Because this applies to women too. Women, this applies to the women too. Ladies, the lady hustlers, you talk to a real female hustler, somebody, a woman who knows how to get it, a hustler, she'll have a lot of game. You talk to a real thorough hustling chick, she'll have a lot of game. You talk to one of these chicks who know how to get money out these strip clubs or whatever. For real. You talk to them. I'm not talking about one of these little goofy chicks who gets, like $80, $90 a night. No. somebody who knows how to get it, somebody know how to go out here and break them. You talk to one of these females who's been in the game. You talk to a seasoned hoe. Even a seasoned hoe will get some game, because even being in the game, out here in the streets, interacting with people, you're going to learn something. Your ass is going to pick up some game. You're going to learn something. You talk to an old seasoned hoe. She will have more game than a lot of these dudes out here. Somebody who's certified, who's been in the game, she'll have more game than the average dude. That's why I don't knock people. Everybody, you can learn something from them. You can learn something from the hoe, the drug dealer, the hitman. You can learn from a lot of folks. You dig? You can learn from a lot of people. And you get somebody who's seasoned, who's been out here, interacting with people, understanding their surroundings and being aware of their surroundings, because if you are hustling, if you're on the streets, no matter what you do, everything has to be analyzed. The minute you walk in a room, you have to size everybody and everything up. You walk into a room, okay, I ain't never been here before. Do I really know these niggas? Okay, I'm looking at the way this guy is dressed. Does he say he got some money, but this dude's shoes look a little janky. Okay, I'm looking at this spot over here. Is this cat over here wearing a wire? I'm looking over here. Is the room bugged? You understand? If you hustling, you walk into a room, these are the things that's going through your mind. You're analyzing every little nook and cranny. So you're ultra aware. So your mind and your eyes and your brain is very clear and very focused on every little thing. You talking to somebody, you might do a deal with somebody. Somebody might supposed to bring you a package, and you looking at this dude. I'm like, okay, checking this dude out. He's supposed to have a couple of bricks for me. This dude hairline looks a little janky. Let me see where he's from. Hey, Pam, where you from, bro? Yeah, man, I live in Detroit. Oh, word? Okay. Where's your family from? Yeah, they moved over here from Jamaica. Oh, okay. So now you put that into your Rolodex, all right? So now I'm dealing with a Jamaican cat. So now this dude, he's definitely strapped. All right? Little stuff like that. You start, and you're looking at hairline, shoes. Okay, all right, Jamaican dude. Okay, this nigga's strapped. He might have some goons with him. So I got me a little something too. So let me keep my hand in my pocket just in case I might have to draw down. You see, every little thing you're going to have to be aware of it, hyper aware of it. Every little nook and cranny of the people that you engage with, you're going to be hyper aware, and that's giving you game. You're learning people. You're getting wisdom. Yeah? When you talk to people, and then they start talking a little funny, you're picking up on little words they use. You're talking to somebody on the phone, and they start using your government name, little stuff like that. Hey, what's up? What's up, Darnell? Hey, man, you still got them bricks? You're like, wait, why this nigga just call me by my government name? You're ultra aware. Why is this nigga calling? Don't nobody call me by my government name. Uh-oh. Little stuff like that you got to pick up on. Hey, what's up, Darnell, man? Good to see you. Hold on. Everybody call me D-Money. Hold on. Why this nigga just call me by my government name? Then he's saying all types of stuff on the phone. Hey, Darnell Jenkins, do you still have that cocaine that we talked about yesterday on the 3rd of June in front of your trap house? Do you still have that? You still have the packages for me, Darnell Jones? You see? Little stuff like that. Whoa, you gotta, you gotta be on top of your game when you hear stuff like that. You gotta be on top of your game. Yeah? And listen, even out here in the dating game right now, family, you gotta be ultra aware of what you're dating now. I feel for the dude. I'm booed up. I've been with my lady for a gazillion years, so I ain't out here in the dating game. But I feel for y'all now, because now you don't know what the hell you're dating now. Brothers, this is what I'm talking about. You better be hyper aware of what's going on out here now. You might be with somebody who looks pretty decent, you meet them at the club, and they look pretty decent. They look cool. You spitting and y'all drinking and whoop-de-whoop, and y'all go back to the crib, you go back to the hotel or whatever, with this woman you done met at the club down in Atlanta. You dig? With a woman with a BBL and the whole thing. You dig? You go meet this woman with her BBL down in the club in Atlanta, and then you take her to the room, and and you find out the BBL stands for something else. It's a big bussy lady, all right? That's what BBL stands for. It's a big bussy lady. That BBL is hiding a bussy. So now you caught up. You better know what you're getting at. You better start looking at every nook and cranny of this person. You better look for Adam's apples and everything else. You got to be ultra aware out here, family. You got to be ultra aware out here. That gives wisdom. You learn some game by experiencing life, experiencing people, being hyper aware of your surroundings. And this translates into what we're doing when we're dealing with white supremacy. Family, when we walk out here, this is why a lot of black folks who are not conscious, they're the main ones who are targeted by these race soldiers. A lot of black folks hop out here, they're not conscious, and then they get targeted. And they get with police and they start barking and woofing, and they don't understand the danger they're in. They start yelling, I know my rights, I know my damn rights. And all of us, the race soldiers are doing the Birdman hand rub. The race soldiers are doing the Birdman hand rub, and then they end up taking these folks out. You get out here woofing and talking about all your rights, and then these race soldiers take you out. Family, that almost happened to the brother Designer, the rapper Designer. Now I know I spoke on it this week, earlier this week. For those who don't know, there was a situation with the rapper Designer out here next door to my office. The rapper Designer got hemmed up. And I went up there and diffused the situation. A Designer has even acknowledged this. Now, what happened was a lot of the blogs picked up on it. A lot of the media picked up on it. In fact, I'm doing something with Revolt tomorrow. We're going to be talking about it on Revolt tomorrow. We're doing an interview with them. But TMZ did something real slick. TMZ did something very slick. And you know what? Let me play the video for you of what happened, just to reiterate, all right? Let me play the video of what happened, just to reiterate to the family. Let me do that, just to refresh your memory about what happened. All right, then I'm gonna get into it again and show what TMZ said. Because I want y'all to look at this video again. Just look at it, all right? And then watch how TMZ tried to describe what happened. All right, where is it? I'm looking. Where we at? Oh, here it is, all right. All right, now here it is right here. Hold on, let me play this. So this happened with Designer, and I didn't know it was him. I didn't know it was Designer. He got caught up out here in LA at a gas station right next to my office. And I kind of went out there to diffuse the situation, to check on him, because they had all these cops surrounding him. Now I want y'all to look, there's nobody out there. This is why I'm playing this again. It's nobody out there, it's just the police and him. Nobody, all these cops and him, all right? And then I come up, I'm the only one there. Hold on. You all right, bro? Yeah, bro. Okay. All right. Everything all right with this, brother? It's a lot of manpower for this. You good? All right. It's a lot of damn. Okay, as you see, there's nobody else out there. Nobody else is out there, okay? I'm just showing y'all this. There's nobody else out there. Let's make sure this brother's good. They got this brother hemmed up over here. All right, as you see, There is nobody else out there, all right? All right? Now, when I came out there, all of a sudden the cops start trying to make all this jive-ass small talk. Hey, what kind of rims you got on your car? But as you see, there was nobody out there. He was out there by himself. He was out there, and all of these cops were surrounding him. And even he, later on, he said, hey, this guy came and, he kind of saved me. He even admitted that, which I wasn't tripping on that, and I wasn't even tripping on the credit for it. But then TMZ, the fact that black person looked out for another black person, yeah, that just happens to be, I happen to be in the right place at the right time. And dude, just the fact, I went up there on a humbug. I wasn't even planning on going out the house. I wasn't even planning on going out the crib, to be honest. I was in the crib chilling all day, man. And something told me to go to my office to get my mail. Something told me to go to my office. So I said, let me go to my office and I come right back. Just something told me to go to my office. I don't know what it was. But I was going to go to my office, check my mail, because people were sending me baby clothes and stuff. So I was going to come because we're washing the clothes and we're just getting the baby's room together. So I said, let me go ahead and go to my office and get some of these clothes that people are sending. And then that was right next door to my office. And, sometimes the ancestors will help people out. Sometimes the ancestors will help people out. You understand? That was the FBA ancestors, right? Y'all want to get this Pete Peters out the room. We got some suspected white supremacists in here. Get him out the room. But sometimes the ancestors will throw something at you and help you out. Because look, from what I understand with the brother, he did, again, I didn't even know it was designer. I drove by there. I saw a bunch of cops surrounding this brother. They had him hemmed up. I said, oh my God. It looked like they're about to try to box him in and clear the perimeter to probably ambush him. This is what it was looking like. Again, understanding surroundings. I'm like, this don't look good. This don't look good at all. And I'm like, I ain't about to sit here and just watch a brother get possibly ambushed. I'm not going to watch that. So I went in and stood next to him and started chopping up game and all of that stuff. So TMZ, they put up a headline. This is how dirty they are. Dirty ass TMZ. All right. This is TMZ, their headline. And then they tried to put the lie on designer. But this is TMZ. Now TMZ, they're infamous now for getting stories involving black people and flipping it and making black people seem like the aggressor, or they'll even undermine or lessen a black contribution. Remember when Mike Tyson was on the plane and that white boy was messing with Tyson and Tyson had to put hands on him? And then TMZ's headline was, Mike Tyson abused and beat a passenger. Oh my God, the victim was beaten by Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson abused a passenger. Also, the ex-NFL player who fought that white dude at the airport, ex-NFL player beat up a United Airlines worker. They always make the black person the aggressor. They're infamous for these yellow-ass journalism, clickbaity headlines. So this is the headline that TMZ put out, family. Bystanders cool down screaming match with cops. So TMZ sat up there and tried to say it was bystanders who went out there to cool down the situation. TMZ knows good and well there were no bystanders out there. And they had to change some of the story because a reporter from TMZ hit me up asking me, hey man, did you see their article? I'm like, no, I haven't. He sent me the article. I'm like, wait a minute. This is some bullshit. No, that didn't happen like that. There were no bystanders out there. Stop it. There were no bystanders out there. Yeah. Oh, I see we got a tether coward in the room. Okay. A lot of the tethers don't like that. The tethers don't like us, Foundation of Black Americans, standing up to race soldiers because that's so foreign to them. Yeah, a lot of tethers have a problem with that because, see, that reveals how cowardly they are. So a lot of tethers try to minimize it because they sat up here and got dominated by their government and they fled. We don't. We step into the situation and we handle that. So they didn't want to give me props on that. They didn't want to show a black man helping another black person out. Let's be clear. And even Designer said earlier, and this, I didn't learn this until later, he was like, hey man, they were, saying they about to shoot me and pepper spray me and all of this stuff. They were very hostile to him. And when I passed by, it looked hostile. It looked very hostile. Yeah? And these folks will sit up here, and the fact that they were surrounding him basically over a traffic violation shows that it was some funny style stuff. And I knew that it was some humbug type of situation because the fact that there were so many of them out there surrounding that brother. Let's be very clear. I live in LA. I've been out here all my damn adult life. I know how they get down, and I know how sneaky they are. I know how slick they are. And if they got you hemmed up like that with all of these cops surrounding you and you ain't handcuffed, that means they're low-key fishing and looking for an angle to possibly do something. If they got all that manpower out there for you, they want to do something. They're just looking for you to make a move for them to justify doing it. They will escalate the situation. I've been out here. You deal with folks in LA, they will tell you how slick these folks are. If they see ain't nobody else looking out for you and they got you in a situation where all the white people are on code with each other, white people will stand out the way. Let me tell you something, even in the store, when they talking about bystanders, when I went in the store, because I asked the clerk, I said, how long has this guy been out here? I went in the store and asked the clerk, how long has this shit been going on? He's like, yeah, they were following him, and they came up and they were real hostile and they were real aggressive. I don't know what's going on. And it was a couple of white people in the store, these so-called bystanders. It wasn't no bystanders. The people in the store were taking cover because the people felt like they were going to start shooting. The people were standing out of the way, damn near ducking behind the little rolls of snacks. So people knew it was hostile. They felt that it was hostile. Even the guy, the store owner, he was nice and secure behind the bulletproof glass, and it was like two customers in there, and they were kind of posted up hiding, standing out the line of fire. All right? So people knew what would possibly go down, and people were standing clear. People were clear. Yeah? So them doing all that for some damn tinted windows and a license, no. They were angling to do something else. If it's just tinted windows and a license, write a ticket. It just takes one cop to write a ticket. It don't take all of them cops for no damn ticket and no tinted windows, dude. Yeah, it was real extra. And I said, no, we can't do this today. We cannot do this today. But then they sat up here talking about bystanders. Wasn't no bystanders. And then this is the part that kills me, because they were forced. They had to put my name in here because of facts. Now, Designer said bystanders help him. He didn't say that. Designer did not say bystanders helped him chill out. We got the rapper to admit the standoff and shouting match on Wednesday was intense. He believed it could have got worse if not for a bystander. Where's that? He said it could have got worse if not for a bystander. So now they changed it in the story. They left the headline, but then they start changing it because they understood there were no other bystanders. So now I'm the bystander. So they admit that it was one bystander who got everything together, who kind of calmed the situation down. But then they threw another little slick thing in here. It could have been worse if not for a bystander around him. He tells us a fan on the scene, filmmaker Tariq Nasheed, lowered the tension, checking on him to make sure everything was all right. And then he said his lawyer handled the legal part of things later. If y'all don't stop TMZ, the fan. So now that's them being slick saying that. That's them being slick. TMZ ain't shit. A fan. Okay, stop. Now look, I like designer, but let's be real. I didn't know it was designer, so it wasn't a fan situation. I didn't even know it was designer. This is why TMZ cannot be trusted. I didn't even know it was him. I had no idea it was him. Our brother Designer, that is our brother, but Designer's record came out in 2016, damn near half a decade ago. Our brother was on the charts half a decade ago, man. I didn't know that was Designer. Designer doesn't even look the same as he did 5-6 years ago. No, that's no disrespect. He doesn't look the same. The brother, his hair is different. He had a hat on, and he has a beard. He didn't look like that 5 years ago. So I didn't know it was him. And when I posted it up. A lot of people didn't even know, and some people were like, "Hey, is that Designer? It kind of looks like Designer." And I said, "Is it?" I didn't know until we posted it, and y'all started telling me it was Designer. I had no idea it was this. I had no idea it was him. I just saw a black person in a situation, didn't even know. But them putting that there, they're trying to make me sound like a groupie or a bitch. I don't like the way they did that. They're trying to make me sound like a biatch. No, TMZ, no. Like I was driving down the street, like, is that Designer? Y'all ain't gonna do that to no Designer. Turner, Timmy Turner. Like I was singing Timmy Turner, turning the car around. No, that it didn't happen that way. Like I'm bucking my eyes. I know that ain't no Designer, not my Designer. I got bras in Atlanta. Nah, Panda. Look at her, get over there. Panda, I'm coming. Panda, I'm coming. Panda. Stop. If y'all don't stop it, you idiots at TMZ. Good Lord, you guys are racist as hell with your lies. Good Lord. And TMZ has a bug in their ass about me because I've called out so much of their racism. So that's them just trying to slick diss me. That's them trying to be slick and diss because I've called out a lot of their racist ass journalism that they do over there in TMZ. And they don't want to, and plus they don't want to show black people pulling up, helping other black people like this because, they're very pro-cop over there. So they don't want to, because that's where they get a lot of their stories from the police. The police, they got insiders working at LAPD who sit up here and send them information. So they're clicked in with the police heavy. You understand? They're really clicked in heavy with the police. So us checking the police and making sure black folks are good, they don't want that narrative. They don't want nothing like that to catch on. They don't want that kind of energy to catch on, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah? But like I said earlier, but listen, like I was saying earlier, that's why it's important for us to circle our wagons out here, ladies and gentlemen. That's why it is extremely important for us to be out here circling our wagons, making sure we're good, making sure the family is good. Also, us being on this reparations wave, we got to stick on that, and we got to watch all of the Boule Tethers and all of these folks, the Tethers and the Boule and all these guys, because right now they're sending Sharpton and all of these guys out here to try to talk. Now that we're talking about getting tangibles for reparations, they know in order for the Democrats to get any support, they got to pass some kind of real reparations. So now they're going to try to redefine what reparations is. So Al Sharpton put this up the other day. Right here. This is Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton was like, did you know that 65% of Americans oppose cash reparations to black people? Did you know I don't give a damn? I don't give a damn. We don't care about what the hell they oppose. We're supposed to get our reparations. We do not care about folks not liking it. They don't like what we do. Even if we're peaceful, they don't like it. When we peacefully take a knee, they don't like it. They just don't like us, period. We're past this who don't like us nonsense. We as foundational Black Americans, we are so past that. You know why? Because culturally, we got on code and we like us. We like us. That's the only important thing, family. Who gives a damn? We like us, and we are saying that we're supposed to get tangibles in the form of reparations. This whole thing where we got to sit here and wait on all the white folks to like us, we don't give a damn. We're using political leverage to get what we're supposed to get. Most of white society didn't want us to be emancipated from slavery. Most of white society didn't stop lynchings. It was black people who were stopping that. They were perfectly fine with black people getting lynched. Most of white society was perfectly fine with Emmett Till being killed. They didn't do anything about it. That's why Carol Bryant is still running around Mississippi now. Most of white society didn't want us to have civil rights. Most of white society didn't want us to get affirmative action, which we don't get. That's why they flipped it and remixed it. Doesn't matter. Most of them don't want us to have anything. But we want us to have what we're supposed to get. That's the important thing. Now let me play some of this clip of Al Sharpton talking about reparations. Now watch this, the language that they have out here. Watch this language, guys. Watch their language. Hold on.
Some measures that have caused great harm, trauma, and death for African Americans. And even Allensworth, California, that town that was established in 1908 by Reverend Allen Allensworth.
Now, now, my family, notice how whatever we start doing and talking about, the mainstream media starts talking about it. Nobody was talking about Allensworth until I went up there. I went to Allensworth about a month or so ago, telling people and educating people about Allensworth. I went up there to Allensworth. Nobody was talking about Allensworth. This is why understanding culture is very important. Us understanding, learning our culture, and teaching our culture, this is why that's very important. We have to do that. When we do it on the grassroots, then they have to follow suit. Nobody was talking about Allensworth out here. I was breaking down, because see, people were trying to use the justification, well, why should we give reparations to California black people? Didn't nothing happen to y'all. Oh, yes, it did. Then I started breaking all of that stuff down about all the stuff that happens out here in California historically. Oh, there's a lot of black history out here in California, and I would break that thing down meticulously. So see, they get a lot of our talking points, okay? They get a lot of our talking points. That's why it's important for us to keep that drum beat. And it's important for y'all to click that link so we can keep doing movies and putting out history like the history we put out so that we can get people on code with us. But hold on, listen.
Death for African Americans. And even Allensworth, California, that town that was established in 1908 by Reverend Allen Allensworth. Right. He had in mind the replication of Tuskegee in the West. Well, what happened? Through public policy and political action, the water was poisoned. The railroad tracks were redirected to kill the town. That is a historical fact, and that was initiated by political leadership in the state. And even the Ku Klux Klan in California.
Oh, let me fast forward.
Injustice and downright meanness to black people just because of the color of their skin, and not because of any particular crime.
Now, Chairperson Moore, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, briefly I want to talk about this, and Dr. Ron Daniels and other supporters of federal reparations study commission say they have the votes to get the idea passed in the House of Representatives. Passage in the Senate remaining unlikely, and for that reason, some are pushing the president to create the commission through executive order.
We're not trying. This is that HR 40 garbage. Keep that. We're not doing HR 40. We're past HR 40. All right, we're past HR 40. What we got going on in California, we're already, okay, they done wrote a report, they got a commission, all right, we got that. Okay, now we're talking about the tangibles. Let's talk about the money now. We're pressing them now about the money. Let's talk money, and we want it in cash payments. Well, reparations ain't only a check. It's going to start with a check. Anything that's not a check ain't reparations. It starts with a check. After we get the check, then we'll talk about all that other stuff. It starts with a check. It's going to start with the check. Anything else is not reparations, not reparations. I don't want to hear about no damn education. Let's not start all that talk. But let me play the rest of this, of what they're talking about here. All right? This is that HR 40 stuff.
Given how much of a political non-starter this issue was even a decade ago when we had a black president, can you envision a near future in which the federal government would issue reparations at a national level to black Americans, Ms. Moore?
Yes, absolutely. Give you some context, what makes it unique. To add to what Vice Chair said, we are mandated to actually consider and recommend cash, direct financial compensation to the descendant community. That is something that we're...
Okay, so that's Camilla. Shout out to Camilla. Camilla's been fairly on code. I want Camilla's sister keep pushing the cash thing. Definitely keep pushing the cash, because that's all reparations is. Because they keep having these conversations of, well, reparations ain't just about no money. It starts with money. All right? It's not going to be as opposed to money. No, it starts with money. It starts with cash payments. Don't play that game with us. They're giving cash payments to Hispanic groups, to Ukrainians, to Afghanistanians, to LGBT. They have no problem giving cash payments to all these other groups. It only becomes a problem when they talk to us. And we're not going to play that game. We're going to need cash payments, ladies and gentlemen. It will start as cash with us. We're going to have to get cash, specifically to foundational black Americans. We are not playing games like that, ladies and gentlemen. No games at all. There's another clip I wanted to play. I cannot find that clip. Where's that? There's another clip I wanted to play of them, of Al Sharpton and those guys talking about reparations. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Because they were sitting up here talking about education and all this old stuff. It was one of them conversations. I'm not even trying to hear that. Okay, which one is it? Okay, is this it? Okay. Let me see. I think this might be it. Let's see. Hold on. This might be it. I'm not sure. I usually have my stuff ready, but let me see if this is it. Hold on. Because they're still talking about reparations. This is the same segment. Hold on.
And Dr. Ron Daniels and other supporters of federal reparations study commission say they have the votes to get the idea passed in the House of Representatives. Passage in this non-starter this issue.
Yes, ask financial 5 people to serve on our economic consultant team to help us with that. But to answer your question, yes, absolutely. And if you look at the preliminary recommendations in our report, you'll find a recommendation to the Biden administration to create a reparations commission specifically for American freedmen. But we're hyper-focused on the state of California right now. And I just want to take another note to highlight another preliminary recommendation in our report is to create a California African-American Freedmen Affairs Agency that would be similar to the Freedmen's Bureau, right? That was instituted in the early stages of emancipation in this country. That would be hyper-focused to the needs to the African-American community. And that would be the institution to help dispense our reparations to the descendant community. Vice Chair Brown, did you want to add anything?
Gotta go. I'm out of time. Camilla Moore and the Reverend
Dr. Amos Brown, thank you both for being on Politics Net.
Oh, okay. All right. So Camilla, she was talking a good game on there. Good. All right. So yeah, talking about basically establishing something similar to the Freedmen Bureau, which is good. All right. But we're focused out here. And it's lineage based. A lot of people were trying to get them to reconsider that it is lineage based. They wanted to reconsider that. And we're not doing that.
If, an African or a Black person was, enslaved and
Hold on, let me see. Okay, this is another part. Hold on. Because there's a lot of different clips. Because there's another part where the brother right here, I think there was some butter biscuit crumbs popping. Hold on.
Where we see a lot of the conditions were rooted in what happened in the history of California, the conditions that are still being faced.
Absolutely. And just to continue with that narrative, right? People, the dominant narrative is that California entered into the Union as a free state in 1850, right? But it was just in name, and then also it became free. Excuse me. So what that meant was, for instance, there were free people in California who could, be subject to deportation and re-enslaved to the South in the state of California.
White Californians to sign off on cash reparations. Phrasing a quote from you in the Washington Post this week, you personally don't expect white Americans, white Californians to sign off on cash reparations for Black people. And of course, that fits with a 2021 poll by the Washington Post, which found that 65% of Americans oppose reparations to Black Americans, with more than 3/4 of white Americans opposed to the idea. I know that the task force is still working out next steps, but if it's going to be not direct cash payments, how should California proceed in your view?
It should proceed by funding educational programs.
Nope. No. It ain't no. If it's not cash, keep it. If it's not cash, it ain't reparations. Nope. No. Here they go with the education programs. No. Nope. Absolutely not. Here they go. Nope.
Be not direct cash payments. How should California proceed in your view?
It should proceed by funding educational programs, making housing opportunities available.
Section 8, housing opportunities, Section 8, that's Section 8.
Making sure we deal with this criminal justice system.
Oh, Lord, no. I'm not a criminal. Most Black people are not criminals, no.
It's been wrong and unjust for Blacks. And we should also look at the health conditions.
Oh, Obamacare. Oh, God. Give me a knife. He's towing the Democratic line. All the Democratic BS, no. Section 8, we give you some Section 8, housing, Section 8 for everybody. Healthcare, Obamacare for everybody. And that's going to be y'all ripping. No. I'm not a criminal. I don't need no criminal justice. No. Here he go.
And we should also look at the health conditions, whether it's mental health, physical, or environmental health. This state has been guilty of public policy measures that have caused great harm, trauma.
And they made great amounts of money, and I want it. Money talks, purse first, everything else last. Money first. Family, don't let these folks come in with that game. Here they go. I'm telling y'all, if the minute they come at us with all of that, everything else is reparations, educating, keep it. It ain't reparations, cash. They're out here giving Ukrainians cash. You're not giving Ukrainians education. You're not giving these Hispanic groups education. You're not giving these white LGBT groups education. You're giving them cash. and they come to us talking about we're going to give you education. They say that. They know education is intangible. Anything can qualify as education. They just give you a bunch of books and say, hey, there you go, education. I just gave you a bunch of books. I just gave you a night class to help you get your GED. That's your reparations right there, buddy. I mean, you can thank me later. No. My family wasn't exploited on plantations for an education. They exploited them for money. I want what you took from my family and me. You took money and you made money and you compounded and aggregated that money and passed it down and locked it in racially and locked me out racially. I want the debt that's owed. Damn an education. I will get my own education with the money that is given to me that my family generated. I can go get some housing with the money that is given to me. Now, if you want to give me my check and then some land grants, that works too. Not housing situations, no, a damn land grant. Where we get to own land, we get land free and clear. We get a grant, get to own that land. Just like they did with white people out here on the West. They gave them all of those homesteads, all of that homestead land that they own today. And they didn't pass down, and it has generated wealth for them. Tangibles. Tangibles. No, we need land and money. Money first. Money first. Oh, we got some white supremacists in here. When I start talking about that, the white supremacists came out. We don't owe you nothing, dude. Oh, the mayonnaise came right on out. Oh, they came out. Now the hidden white supremacists are coming out in here. We see you. I can smell the mayonnaise and I can see the lice flickering all over. The lice is flickering from your hair. I see you in here. We need that paper. We need the paper. And just because y'all send these Democratic shills to run out here talking that education nonsense, we ain't buying it. We ain't going for it. Y'all gave everybody else money. You're giving non-citizens money. And now you want to have a problem with getting our money to us? And we need it more than anybody. We're owed more than anybody. And because of your anti-black racism, and that's the only justification, just anti-black racism, we're not going for it. We're not going for it. You have to come up with a new culture because anti-black racism is something that we cannot go along with. We have to be compensated, and we will be compensated. We're staying on our square, family. And again, understand, us respecting our FBA culture, that's one of the reasons why we've been so rock solid. The fact that we have so much respect and admiration for our foundational Black American culture, we are protecting the culture, we're protecting the people, and that's making us get further on code. Everybody liked the video, and by the way, 7,000 plus people in here. Have you clicked the link below? Have y'all clicked this link right here? The Kickstarter link right here under the American Maroon thing? Have you guys clicked that link? I need you guys to click that link right here. It's the first link that says get involved with the new film American Maroon. Click that link, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody, if you're listening, click the link. Let's get the contributions going so that we can finish the film, so we can get everybody involved. That would be spectacular, ladies and gentlemen. We need the family to get involved to make this happen. We're all we got. We have to look out for us from top to bottom. We have to educate ourselves. We have to support the education of ourselves. We have to support the education of our children. We have to give them the game. Supporting films like this gives your children the game that they need and the psychological ammunition they need to get on code, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm about to get up out of here, man, but much respect to you, family. I think we had a very constructive conversation tonight. Again, please be sure to click that Kickstarter link. And let's make it happen, family. I respect and appreciate everybody for tuning in. I think we had a great conversation tonight. Shout out to my moderators for taking care of the white supremacists and tether trolls. I will check in with you guys later on this week. We're on baby watch right now. We're waiting for this baby to come on through. So I keep you guys posted for that. I'm going to holler at you guys later on this week. Puppy Akute.